Played his 66 minutes with merit. He's been replaced by Andrew Trimble, so presumably Keith Earls will go into full-back, and Trimble will take his place on the left wing.
Pause, engage.
Who says the American replacement scrum half there, wearing 20.
Right, your head and shoulders.
Mr. Glenn Delaney up at Nottingham.
And speaking of Andrew Trimble, I think he was the form player in the warm-up games for Ireland. Very unfortunate not to start tonight. He's a really strong physical guy who, you know, his form was fantastic throughout the campaign. And a game like this, when it's pretty tight and it's hard to move the ball wide, would suit him. So I think he's a guy who's unlucky to start, but it's a good decision to bring him on now.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Again, the pressure coming on that Eagles 8 as it's turned, disrupted, splintered. Which way is it going to come back from the resulting rock? It's there for Tim Musaz. Good redemption work from the Eagles forwards, but still pressure in the set piece. It's been there from the word go. And I don't think that Zian Gwenyo is too happy right now.
Yeah, the Irish scrum has been very strong tonight. With respect to them, I don't think the USA are the strongest scrum that they're going to face. So it's, you know, it's hard to judge too much, read too much into that. But they've done their job and they've put pressure on them.
Good take from Heaslip. Became the 1,000th player to play for Ireland when he made his debut against the Pacific Islanders. Now, what, 5 years ago? That was the last game he played at the old Lansdowne Road. So his name is already etched in Irish history.
Loose scrum, use or lose green.
Use or lose, says the referee. And they didn't, so they've lost it.
Turnover.
I think they're getting a bit fed up of the Irish maul, the USA. They're coming in a little bit early there. They're coming in from all angles and sides, and it's pretty difficult for the referee. And you know, they really show determination there not to be driven back in the maul again. I'm not sure that's onside, to be honest, but referee said he was bound to the maul, and you know, they held the Irish ball up, and it's a good turnover from the USA.
Matthew Macchiola making his presence felt. There he is. Plays his rugby at Bobigny in the northern suburbs there in Paris. The oldest player in this US squad at 33.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
The wheel goes early.
Through 90 degrees before it came out.
The Eagles are going to give up the put-in.
I think Ireland need to go for this game now. They need to up the pace, have a crack. The game is won, I think. I just think they need to unleash the shackles a little bit and really have a go now and try and move the ball around, try a few things. I suppose they've been a bit disappointing from an attack point of view all through the warm-up games and probably tonight as well. But you know, I'd love to see him have a good go now and try and really push on and put the USA under a lot of pressure.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Heaslip feeds out to Redden. Runners appear and disappear, but the ball doesn't find any of them. Tommy Bowe is forced to scuttle back into his own half to pick up the remnants. Redden finds Ferris again. How many times have we seen that black scrum cap offer itself and go head down into the opposition defence?
Push back.
Here he goes again. As a back rower, you must appreciate the work that Stephen Ferris has got through tonight.
He's been fantastic tonight. He just backed up a second carry there. I think Hayden Smith is down injured after tackling Ferris there. He ran with a great pace and impact into him, and gets up off the ground and makes another carry. Unfortunately, he got isolated there, but he's had a great game tonight.
Another man, of course, who didn't play in 2007 and now looking to show what he brings to the party for Ireland. It's going to be an Eagles line-out into the last 10 minutes of this game. As Alan says, it looks like Ireland have got the win, but can they get what could be a very useful bonus point in the last 10 minutes. Malifa and Simiola just getting out of sync with each other. The USA have always put up tough competition. They may not have won that many games, but on at least 3 occasions against Romania in '99, Fiji 2003 and Samoa in 2007. The losing margin was 4 points or less. And it really is a young game in development in the US. Nigel Melville here this evening watching his work, and we're starting to see the youngsters coming through into the Eagles side. They're very, very pro the sevens game over there. It's been televised live. The first leg in Las Vegas was televised live at the IRB World Sevens. They've even televised the collegiate sevens live on TV, and that seems to be the development tool for the US into the 15s game. Look at that control from Jamie Heaslip, and the power coming from his tight 5, allowing him to do that and getting the penalty.
Yeah, it's a great scrum from Ireland. More pressure again, USA going backwards, and gives Ron Nogar an opportunity now to put the ball inside the 22, and maybe Ireland have an opportunity to take down the maul and try and get that try. Yeah, it's a sensible decision here. I think the USA break up. You see their back row up, and I suppose as a former back row player, it's you get given out to by your coaches for that after a game. You can see the Ireland are pretty determined there. They stay right down and then drive him back. And there's Sean Pittman. He's at a pretty torrid time tonight.
It's not fair when you've had to work against Tom Court for the best part of 70 minutes, and then Tony Buckley comes off the bench.
You've 22 stone coming on against you then.
Well, there's more than 22 stone in this driving maul. Jerry Flannery or Hayden Smith's come around offside. The referee in perfect position, but I think Ireland are not going to wait for this penalty. They sense a bonus point try is in the offing. Here comes the drive towards the line. Buckley with his giant mitts on the ball. They're going to go back to that earlier infringement from Hayden Smith.
It's pretty cynical there out of the USA, and you know, I think Craig Joubert should be talking to the captain there of the USA. It's pretty cynical. Ireland were going, looked like they were going to score a try there.
Things just warming up a little bit here. Jamie Heaslip getting himself involved. Hayden Smith getting a bit wired.
Settle, move back, please, settle, move. 7-7. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Referee just trying to calm things down into this final 5 minutes or so.
Original penalty, binding in a maul.
It was difficult for a team when they know they've lost a game, but
go back, trial on.
the Eagles have to keep concentration. Thursday will now come into focus with that huge match with Russia. Ireland are going to keep the pressure on their opposition, opting for the scrum. And the Irish fans now sensing they may have another reason to celebrate in the next few minutes or so if that Irish pack can do their jobs.
Yeah, it's a massive opportunity for Ireland there. You could see there was no hesitation, O'Connell there to go for the scrum. Ireland need to be really, really disciplined here, because the USA will fight for their lives here defending the line, and it's probably the last opportunity they'll get to stay down here, so let's hope they can take it.
Crouch! Touch! Pause! Engage!
As the volume is turned up in the stands,
17.
Ireland looking to try and turn up the pressure once again.
17, stay up. Going to ground. Stay up.
Keola struggling to keep his feet, keep his bind. Mike Ross has provided a bedrock for this Irish scrum recently, a real boon to have him in that front row.
Yeah, he's a guy who was probably underutilised and under the radar for a couple of years. Went over to England, had a great time, came back and signed for Leinster, and he's been very strong since he started playing for Ireland.
The can see the drive from Ross there, but it's turned and Clever is running it away. That's good work from the US pack. Under pressure. It's Chris Biller now on as replacement hooker for the Eagles. Musaz feeds outside and Malifa, with his weaker left foot, sends the ball away. Well, the clock is ticking down towards 80.
About 14 already.
Hugely disappointed there with that Ireland. I think, you know, when Owen Redden put the ball, I think when Jerry Flannery went to strike the ball and kicked it through to on the USA side, so it's when they move forward, massive disappointment there. And Todd Cleaver comes off the back of the scrum for USA.
Line out not working to plan, but Mike Ross doing well to just pull that ball in. Redden sends it out to O'Gara. O'Gara invites Heaslip onto the ball.
7 away. Backward. Roll away, Blue. Tackler, roll away.
Penalty again to Ireland.
13.
They want the ball, they want it quickly, they want to up the ante now.
Yeah, it's a lot of penalties against the USA. As they're quite cynical, trying to stop Ireland from playing now. And I think if there's any more penalties, Joubert has to go to his pocket and try and put someone in the bin.
Ronan O'Gara invites his forwards to go again. Driscoll calling the shots, but it's going to be that man O'Connell looking at his hooker. Southern country. And it goes, safe take from the big man in the middle. 8 takes through the course of this match. You can see where the principal target is. Again, Flannery at the back with ball in hand.
Through the middle, forward.
And again, it's disrupted. Again, it's going to stem that particular tide. But can Ireland get the ball back? Looking for it, but O'Gara just with a little dink through. Anticipation from Keith Earls, but also from Tim Musaz. Good work from the Eagles scrum half.
I'm not sure that's the right decision from Joubert. I think Musaz brought the ball back over the line, and again, it's a disappointing return from Ireland's point of view.
It's going to need to return from their own 22 now. Andrew Trimble opting to kick. Just to remind you, 3 tries already in the bag. The brace from Tommy Bowe and one from Rory Best at the beginning of the second half.
In touch.
And well, that's the first time we've seen Birit's flyer actually show what he can do in open play. Heading for the last play now for Ireland. Checking the calls, checking the oxygen levels. Owen Redden making sure that everybody knows what's going on. In the hunt for the bonus point. The game's in the bag, no question of that. It's this bonus point try that is the target now. And Driscoll feeds out, but Emmerich intercepts, and Paul Emmerich is going to run away to get something for the Eagles. Well, the US fans stand to celebrate that intersection try from Paul Emmerich, ironically, who's been playing his rugby in Ireland for the last season. They call him Cactus. He says it's because he's a prickly old man. He's a happy, smiling old man right now, because that last play of the game has denied Ireland the possibility of the bonus point try. There it was, the anticipation from the experienced midfielder, and nobody at home to stop him.
They look pretty dejected, the Irish players. It's very well read by Paul Emmerich, and massive. You can see the joy in the Americans' faces. All the players ran in behind the goals to congratulate him, and he's played well tonight for the USA. He's been very strong in defence. A couple of carries he's carried really strong.
Well, the conversion goes over to finish the game. The 2 tries from Tommy Bowe and from Rory Best put Ireland in charge of the match. They went looking for that extra bonus point. It didn't come off. Emmerich has spoiled their party to a certain extent, but Ireland can be pleased that they've got this Rugby World Cup campaign off to a very positive start, because the final score is Ireland 22, the USA 10.